these lights are great. So, not that anybody's watching, but just for those that are watching it back, I'll start talking, but I'm going to have a bit of a move around because these lights look really glary for you guys watching. We'll see if we can sort that out. Maybe tuck that over here like that. Oh yeah, this is going absolutely swimmingly. Fantastic. Right, whoever's just joined, we're having lighting issues. We've been kicked out of Kerry's workshop this week. So we're in my workshop, and it's not as pretty, I'm afraid. And I've still got a massive glare. Who is it we've got watching? We've got one person in. Let's turn it a bit more. That'll do, that's better. No more glare. So, I've got a few things to talk about now, just in the last minute with hey up, let's have a look. Rusty Red and Roman's in, Lost Off Grid and Party Time. I tell you what, I could do with a beer. You can't hear us very well. What about if I talk up a little bit and stay a little bit closer? Is that any better? Can you hear me alright now? I'm doing it on my iPad. When I watched it back last week I thought it sounded quite quiet, but I'm doing it on the front facing camera so I can see the comments. Evening, 6 in a bus. Oh, dogs are kicking off, no idea why. Can we, I've turned the volume, hang on, let's have a look. I've got mute microphone and that's it. The only thing I can do, one second. Loud enough, turn volume up here. That's it, you just need to get better volume on your stuff, guys. I have to tilt it up a little bit so you can actually see my face. Because if I go any further away, it sounds like you all can't hear me. So we've got a few things to talk about. We have been for our first impromptu meeting for the new venue for Slumber. And it didn't go as well as I was hoping it would. He was very, very on the fence about it. So this was not the landowner, but it was the guy who rents the land, and yeah, he was very on the fence. So I've got a bit of working to do on him and a bit more eyelash fluttering to get this amazing venue that I really wanted for you. If not, we could always go if we can find another venue, so hopefully we can find somewhere else if that one falls through. Yeah, I sound alright now, do I? I ain't done anything at my end. I've just seen something, I'm literally just reading something now on, I don't know if any of you who's following Urban Van Life, the Urban Van Festival, don't put the word life in it for God's sake. If anyone's following the Urban Van Festival, they've just posted something and I've just started reading through it, but it was 8 o'clock so I had to go live, so I've not managed to, but it looks like they've been bullied out of their venue, which there's so many cliques in the van life community. I mean, what on earth is why? The proper van life community, they're like the coolest community ever, but I find people when they're running events and you get all these cliques and everyone starts arguing and bitching and moaning and carrying on. But by the sounds of it, unfortunately, the corporate company have been flexing their muscles and requested that the showground refuse our event or they will cancel their 10-year deal that they've agreed with them to host their shows. What does it matter? What does it matter? You know, I just think if you have an event there and someone else has an event there, you're not doing the events on the same day, you're not side by side competing with each other. What does it matter? So, I've literally just started reading this. I've got nowhere to sit in. Kerry's workshop's much better for running lives, but if you'd have been here, yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, guys. Scared of competition and jealousy. And anybody that runs a business knows that competition is the healthiest thing you can have. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you progressing and moving forward. If you've got no competition, you get lazy. And if you get lazy, you just start putting out crap. So I think competition is the best thing you can possibly have, but some people are scared of it. But yeah, before I went and had my tea, which I've literally just finished, me and Kerry was tidying the workshop up, which I wish I'd have gone live then, because it's it was like Laurel and Hardy tidying up, because I'm like a teenager. Now, what I am, so I have to work. I'll give you a little, I'll unplug you, and we'll try and do a little. So my workshop, these lights are terrible, is it's quite messy. But I'm the sort of person that I can't work in a messy workplace. But I can't work for 5 seconds without creating a messy workplace. Look how glary that is. So it's always like, this bench was full of stuff. My top of my table saw was just full. Everything was just full everywhere, just junk. And Kerry was trying her best to get me to tidy it up before we went and had our tea. And she was doing her best to try and get me to tidy it up, but I'm like a teenager. I just hide everything under one bench. Then she comes and finds it and tells me off for hiding it. So yeah, but it is a lot tidier than it was before you started, because if she'd have not tidied up, it'd have looked a right mess in here. But she's finished for the day, so I can't use her workshop to have a nice pretty live background. I've got to use my scruffy workshop. I should have gone live from Apollo, but that's still full of Mandy's marquee, because I've not arranged for her to come and get that picked up yet. So that's full of marquee bits. We're still sort of getting over slumber. I said my van's full of marquee stuff. It was only Tuesday was our wedding anniversary. I spent the majority of the day at our new storage place where we're storing all our slumber equipment, sorting racking out and storing all that. Yeah, when you're ready. Well, I take it you're festivaling again this weekend, are you, Mandy, Gareth? I mean, the obvious answer is yes, because you festival every weekend. You're like dirty stop outs. But yeah, so we was. You're not? Oh well, we'll have to sort something out then. You have to come over whenever. Pop over tomorrow if you want. But yeah, we've just. Northern's on tour. Hello. It's going well. Going well. How are you guys doing? Not caught up in ages. You've been jet setting across Europe. But yeah, so we're still getting over slumber. We've still got like bits of, like today I've been running errands, taking litter picking equipment back and taking some the spare bulk bags we didn't use back, and just running bits around for that. Even a jacket, because one of the guys that had one of the bars had left his jacket somewhere, so I've took that back to him. And just silly things like that. We're still like, where are we now? Like nearly 2 weeks out, and we're still doing bits for slumber, trying to sort it out. Yeah, come tomorrow night. That's fine. If pop in tomorrow night, I'll get it all sorted out for you. And I'll put the kettle on. I'll put the kettle on for you when I'll get a beer out for Gareth. You'll have to drive. But we're really looking forward. We're going to have our first meeting on Wednesday. So we're going to have our first meeting on Wednesday. A bit of a debrief. Iron out the wrinkles and work out exactly what we need to do to move forward for slumber, which is great. It's sweaty lol. Congrats on slumber. I heard it was amazing. Honestly, once I'd screwed my head back onto my shoulders, it was an amazing weekend. The vibe and the feel and just everything was just amazing. It was really, really good. Just trying to mute microphone. So, oh, look at this. Come up sound all funky. Oh no, I'm going to miss that comment now. Sorry, 6 in a bus. Whatever you said's gone now, because I'm messing about with filters. Oh my word! There we go. I didn't see your comment 6 in a bus, so it really was, Lisa. Wish you were there. It was incredible. It was something else, wasn't it? I mean, I can't. It's really trying to get comfortable. Kerry's workshop's so much better. Can you do a glitter purple screen, please? Hang on. Oh no. Use your phone to read the comments. I don't even know how to log in as someone else on my phone. Yeah, I can do that. I can log in as Kerry. So, YouTube. View pinned. Oh, we've got all sorts here now. Oh. Turn the volume off. Cool. I have now got everybody's comments. I'm still learning this live business. It's a bit technical for me, this. I'm just used to posting videos and that's it. So this live business, but I do quite enjoy it, actually, getting a chance to actually interact a bit. You know, usually when we're posting videos every week, it's just me posting a video, you guys watching it, whereas this, I can actually answer questions and stuff. And we've got some pretty cool stuff coming up for Simply Campervan Conversions. We've got a van parked outside now that's going to start. I'm literally starting to convert it tomorrow. As you can see, I've started making a little pile of bits, because we're going to start doing the first fix electrics tomorrow, which is exciting. So that's a new project on the go. And then after that, once we've got that converted, what's in the next fab? What is the next van? I don't even know. I'll show you. I'll try and take you and show you it. It's a micro camper. So there's a bit of a story behind this van. So basically, a couple from New Zealand came and asked me to convert it. They've travelled out to England, and then they was gonna convert this van and travel around England in it. So this was the van. They bought it and brought it to me. It's one of them. Citroen, what do you call it? 2013. Hang on, I'll spin the camera around. Wow. So, yeah. That is the van. So they bought that. There's Apollo, the trailer. So yeah, they bought it and brought it to me to convert it. We planned it. We got it all planned in. We quoted them. It was all hunky dory. And then they got some bad news from back home, and they had to fly back home last minute. And they needed to get rid of the van to fund the flight back and get back, because I think they had some family emergencies. So we said, well, we'll buy the van off you and do it anyway. So we bought the van off them, and we're going to convert it how they wanted it doing, and then just sell it, flip it and make a few quid, because God knows we need a few quid in the bank after slumber. So that's the plan with that van. And then once that van's finished and we've got a few quid back in the bank, we are going to rip Apollo out and completely rebuild it inside. Dibs. Show me the colour of your money and it's all yours. But yeah, so it's going to be that. So that van's, it's just going to be a 2-berth micro camp. I'm sorry, I've just had a Sunday dinner on Thursday. My van's knackered. Evening Dotty the Day van. Yeah, so the idea behind that one is it's just going to be a 2-berth camper, simple kitchenette area, you know, simple plumbing, fridge, solar on the roof. Pretty basic but stylish, quite a cute little van. Monopoly money, all right. Yeah, as long as I can pay my mortgage with Monopoly money, I'll get back to you on that one and I'll let you know. But then once we're done with that, we are going to rip Apollo out, because at the minute we've got 3 vehicles on the road. We've got the car, which you need. We've got the camper van, which you need. But then IKEA vouchers. But then we've also got a little Renault Traffic, which Renault Traffic is, hi Gareth. The Renault Traffic is literally for running bits and bobs about and taking the kids out on the motorbikes every so often. So it's a complete waste of a vehicle for us. It's a tax test and insurance that we can't really justify having. So the idea behind ripping Apollo out is we are going to put a fixed bed at the back with a garage underneath it, meaning we can chuck bits and bobs and motorbikes and stuff into the garage. And we're hoping, and for all of you that have seen Apollo, you'll have seen what goes on inside him. We're hoping to just take the entire of Apollo and just move it forward 4 feet and put a bed in the back, because we have a lot of wasted space at the front. We're going to remove the rock and roll bed, which is going to give us the extra space. We've measured it all out and it should work. And then we're going to move the whole van forward. So it should be quite a cheap, full refit if we can dismantle it and push it forward. That's the plan. And then that's going to give us a a fixed bed at the back, because another thing is Kerry's got a bad hip, so she's really struggling to get up into the roof of Apollo now, especially after she's had a shandy or two. So she's really struggling to get up into that roof, so we need to get her a bed that's more accessible. So the fixed bed at the back's going to help her with that, and also help us with the fact that we'll have a garage to be able to get the motorbikes in the back, and then we can get rid of this Renault traffic that we've got, that we're just paying tax, test and insurance for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Well, yeah. But what's everyone else been up to? I think everyone's just chatting amongst yourselves. Is anybody listening to me? You're just having a little conversation. This is just going to be a social gathering now. Thursday, 8 o'clock, let's all have a chat and chinwag while Lee's waffling crap. Oh dear. How? What I'd like to know is, Gareth, are you and Mandy not in the same room? Are you literally using my chat to talk to each other when you could just talk to each other on, like, just next to each other? Working. What is it you do? Evan's van life. Evan, yeah. Did this in lockdown. What are you still doing working at this time of night? What? You should be called that on YouTube. I've been singing your praises to loads of people. Your hairdresser. Went live on Facebook, did requests like a real DJ, got done after 3 hours. I've been singing your praises to a few people, Craig. I tell you what. So am I talking to Lorraine or Craig? This is getting confusing now. I thought Craig was extracting the Michael when he said he was a hairdresser. So I'm not talking to Craig. I'm talking to Lorraine. Then did live rock nights with Aaron. I'd play some music, but I'm not very good at playing my ukulele yet, so we can't do live music events, I'm afraid. Sorry, it's Lorraine. Craig's fixing our van. What's wrong with it? There's no live music coming from me, I'm afraid. Not tonight. Not tonight. I need to. Where are we? Oh dear. A bit of Black Death. I'm not happy about this, doing this in my workshop. We're going to have to get somewhere better. Get the ukulele out. It's upstairs and it's out of tune, I'm afraid. The look of confusion. It is a bit of a pain in the rear end, this, because, like, going to chop up a Luton body tomorrow. What's weird is I'm commenting on my phone, sat next to Gareth, watching it on telly. Soft camp out before the main event. What? So are we talking? Are we talking literally directly before the event, or are we just wanting a little meet up? I know some of the volunteers are arranging to meet up in the Peaks in October. All the volunteers want to get back together, and it kind of coincides with the fact that I want to do some fundraising for SOF. So I'm going to be going up to do the Yorkshire Free Peaks, and then hopefully do a little catch up with them on the tail end of it, and spend the night with them as well. I don't know, a soft meetup. Wow, God, that could get dangerous. Where are we gonna go? Because I think if we announce a soft meetup, we're gonna end up inundated. I'm already panicking about posting dates and tickets, because my house. Well, Conrad, if that's Conrad that I'm talking to, if you want to do the Three Peaks, by all means, join us. We're going to have a little group of us, go do the Three Peaks, do it. We're going to do it sponsored, raise a bit of money for the next Soth. Because obviously this time we had to start from scratch, like we had no money to start off with, and then because I made the mistake of saying we will donate 100% of the profit, then we've had to obviously donate 100% of the profit. So that means that we've now got to start from scratch again, which was a bit of a pain, you know, like having to wait for ticket sales to come in to be able to spend, and then it's quite worrying because if you then have to cancel, you can't get your ticket sales back. Brig Garden Centre car park, yeah, it's on the overcount. No way. Oh well, we'll just go Brig Garden Centre then. Coffee's a bit expensive, like, but yeah. So we're going to do a bit of fundraising throughout the year, just a few bits, just so we've got a few quid in the bank, you know, just so we've got like a bit of a nest egg to start off with and just to move forward with, rather than having to start from scratch and worrying about trying to get all the infrastructure together on a zero budget, and the worry of if you start purchasing infrastructure and then something happens and you have to cancel, and then suddenly you've bought stuff and people want the money back. So it's nice to have that nest egg to be able to give them the money back if you've already bought these things, because you've not spent the ticket money. That's like a really worrying part. If you've not got financial backing behind you, it's worrying. And we just had to go with it this year. We waited and waited and waited till, you know, the 11th hour to start ordering stuff, because I needed to make sure that license was gone through and everything was in place, because I was terrified of ordering all the stuff like the marquees and all the stuff that we ordered, all the fencing, there was the bell tent, all sorts of things that we've purchased and are now ours. But once I'd ordered them, I didn't have any money to give people the money back. So we had to wait until we knew it was lock, stock and barrel and definitely going ahead before we could order that stuff, which was really worrying, but it worked. As I said, we did wait and wait and wait until we knew till we knew it was definitely, there was nothing could stop us before we bought all the gear in. But it'd just be nice to not have to do that and be a little bit more organised. So a bit of fundraising throughout the year is going to help us do that. But yeah, I think we could do a Soth camp out, surely. I know there's a few places. I know of a few places where we could go, even if it was actually at a campsite. So we could go to a campsite for the night, because I think if we all just rock up in a lay-by, that's probably not going to be the best idea, but I'm sure we could ring around a few campsites and do it. Cannot wait for Soth 24. Soth 24 was the first fan festival. It was incredible, full of top people. Let's hope we don't break down again just as we arrive. Shout out to Eddie. So the amount of people, Willow Fields, yeah, that's one that was ringing in the back of my head. So the amount of people that, where's me? Oh, I've lost all my comments. The amount of people that brought down coming to Soth, I think off the top of my head there was 5. Either brought down on the way or as I say, when you arrived. It was unreal, but I think every one of them actually managed to get there. Yeah, we could do. It'd obviously be a very quiet one at Willow Fields, because they're not really allowed to do much. You're not allowed to have outdoor music or anything like that, so it's got to be a bit of a chilled event there because of the locals. Yeah, we had, I think, I'm assuming he's not in because he said he was, but Fat Trucker, he come all the way down from Barnsley and then parked up under the Umber Bridge ready to come into Soth, and the next morning he woke up, his alternator had gone, and him and his wife managed to bump it off. Gareth brought down the night before, yeah, making you twag your responsibilities, he did. Yeah, Mandy was supposed to be chief stall stacker, and she was then chief, I need to set my stall up because Gareth brought down, so completely Gareth's fault. So half of my stress over the weekend was Gareth's engine's fault, or brakes, or whatever it was, whatever excuse he made because he couldn't be bothered to turn up on time. I've lost the live now. Oh, I need to. Sorry, boss. I left hazards on and had a dead battery when I went back. I am here. Just raced back in with kebabs to watch. Yeah, so was it your alternator that had packed up? I remember something had packed up. Yeah, I say it's Volkswagens, mate. Volkswagens. There might be. They're just money pits. Expensive money pits. I've had 2 Volkswagens. I had a Mark II Golf and a Crafter, and they both cost me a fortune. I reckon I could have got married to 6 women cheaper. I'm gonna get told off now. Alright, I've lost my live. I don't know how to get it back up, so I can't bring the comments up again. Go out. Notifications. Oh, start a motor. Oh, of course it was. Yeah, because if your alternator had gone, then bumping it off wouldn't have worked. Could we do a festival to raise money for my purple girl, please? Who's your purple girl? Oh, what, your little bus? Oh yeah, because Lucas's VW is broken down as well. It's not, you know, this chat just didn't, it's not boding well for you Volkswagen lovers. I thought your T4 had gone to Volkswagen heaven. Is it still sat in limbo land waiting for you to win the lottery to actually be able to fix it? That's where we are. I've got it back. I've got it back. Live chat. We're back. Still at Tim's. I thought you'd just given up on it. It's a bit of an expensive job, that one. What's actually up with it, Meg? Apart from it having a Volkswagen badge on the front of it. He's paralysed. You've took your van to somebody who's paralysed to fix it. With mates like you, who needs enemies? Looking for stickers. I think that's probably what the issue is. It's I think it's been held together by stickers. Maybe you need more stickers on the engine. Maybe that's where you're going wrong. Get a few stickers on the engine, and she'll purr like a kitten again. Not long, got Mark 7 Transit Jumbo, keep me busy. Oh, I'll have to come back to, oh god, we've come off the live, 1 second, I've lost all my comments again. Dave, you won't go far wrong with a Mark 7 Jumbo, best fans on the planet, bar none, and it doesn't matter what you do to them, you can guarantee it can be the worst breakdown in the world, and it's going to be cheap to fix it, because it's a Transit. Fuel lines need changing to one-way valve to help the head gasket to keep compression. Chuffing Volkswagens. We should all go co-op on a field and a festival to raise money for our own field. I've had to accept somebody's comment. One of Meg's, because she's called boyfriend a moron. Yeah, we'll have to do a camp out, I think. Just a little one. Obviously we can't do masses of people, especially not at Willow Fields, but I reckon we could fill Willow Fields. I'm actually worried because like everybody that came to Soth wants to come back to Soth, and I've got so many people now who didn't come to Soth wanting to come to Soth, and I'm thinking, but I'm stuck in a bit of a predicament now because I don't want to make it any bigger because I think it was just right how it was. You know, it was a really good atmosphere and a really good. We all really enjoyed ourselves, and I think if we make it bigger, you spoil that. You go too far, and you lose that sort of like that community feel. You know, like you felt part of it. And if we go big, then or go bigger, how do you think we feel at Sunflower with ours? In what respect? That you want to go bigger or you don't? I've never been to Sunflower. I don't even know how big it is there. I've never seen it. You keep booking it on things what we can't do. Yeah, because you can't get everybody in. Needs to be big enough to keep it going, but smaller enough to keep the vibe. Exactly. Like we need. I really don't want to make it. If anything, I'd like a slightly bigger site, but keep the numbers the same. You know, so everyone's got a bit more breathing room. Because this time, people parked tighter than I wanted them to be parked. Which we're gonna fix with a few tweaks in ticketing. Make sure if you're fetching an extra car, you're paying for it, and that might put people off taking the mick. But yeah, don't spoil what you did. No, and that's exactly it. I really don't want to. I really don't want to make it big and corporate and all about numbers because I want it to be just like that. And oh god, yeah, there's absolutely no way is any corporate coming in. This is ours. There's no way any corporates coming in. They'll get told you've got two choices. If you want to give us loads of money and keep your mouth shut, great. If you want to have an input in the festival, sod off. No corporate whatsoever. I don't want that feel for the festival. I think because of the festival being put together in a brainwave and a couple of people with crowbars extracting that brainwave out of my head, then that's what made it special. And I think because it was for charity and for mental health, that's what made it special. That's what made people have that connection with the festival and enjoy it. That's right, I was gifted the MPPT to. Oh yeah, well you're very welcome. I'm glad it went to somebody who needed it. Loved it, especially our 8-year-old granddaughter. And that's what it was. You know, I think you can have too many people and then that can ruin it. But then if you don't have enough people, you need enough people to create that buzz and that energy. And I think if we did one thing perfect first time round, it was that not too much, not too less. And I don't want to go any higher or lower than that. I don't want it to be any less, but then I don't want it to be any more because I had time. No, I don't think. No, it's not Simon. I had time if somebody came up to me and wanted to talk to me, I had time to talk to them. Whereas if you suddenly take that from 2,000 people to 10,000 people, you're not going to have that time. You're not going to have time for everybody. You can't physically do it over the weekend, and I want to make sure that remains the same, and that togetherness and that family feel and that festival feel that we achieved was, yeah, that's what I want to make sure we keep. So yeah, definitely no bigger, no smaller, or slightly bigger venue, just to give a little bit more breathing room. But that's it. That's definitely it. But yeah, as I say, we're going to have our first meeting on Wednesday. We've got a few ideas floating around to make it better. 2 a year would be ideal. Not a chance. I can't do 2 a year. You saw me after 1, didn't you? Yeah, it's no. I ain't got the headspace for 2 a year. Definitely not. I think I can just about cope with 1. Yeah, it'll be 2 a year. It'd be great. and Kerry would be run ragged. Yeah, she's not. She's she was fed up, exhausted, and she'd had enough by the end of this one. So yeah, she's not. I don't think she's going to be on board for 2 a year either. I think one big one, and then if we was to do like a little camp out and a few fundraisers, because like a few people could come along on the fundraisers. You know, if I say we're going to do the Three Peak or the Yorkshire Three Peaks, I'm not doing the Three Peaks 3 Peak. I can't afford the fuel bill for a start. But do the Yorkshire Three Peaks, and a few people can come along to that, and anyone that wants to walk the Three Peaks, they can come along to that and enjoy that with us, and then have a little meet up after that, just to select a couple of vans, and then go off and maybe do something else. We're planning on, I know a lot of you guys won't know him, but Mickey B, the bloke who introduced me and did the raffle, he's like a bit of a legend in our parts, and he was wanting to do some. He's wanting to do a few little fundraisers, like he does auctions and you know, like charity nights. So he's on about coming on board and helping us do a bit of fundraising. So I think a couple of little bits throughout the year where people would be welcome to come along, even if it's like a little charity night. You know, sometimes he rents out the local Indian, and you go in, you have a meal, you pay a bit extra on top of your meal for the charity. Definitely need to be stricter with the extra cars, like you say. If they arrive with a car, then they'll be charged. Also consider charging for extra gazebos. Yeah, it's all of that is on the list. We've got loads of stuff to thrash out on Wednesday. But yeah, even if we're doing these local little charity nights, you know, there's plenty of spots in and around Barton where people could come down and have a night in the van. Come to a little charity night and have an Indian, and they usually get somebody in to sing and do a bit of an auction or a raffle, and it just raises money and everybody has a bit of a laugh and a yarn. And then all round to our house in the morning for cups of tea. Kerry's making them, and she's not here to argue that, so sounds like a plan. She's not exactly happy with me tonight because she started. I've wanted to go live. I've said I'm going to go live every Thursday 8 p.m. because I really enjoyed interacting with everybody and having a bit of a chat. You know, and like this, and I enjoyed it. But what I tend to do is I make plans and don't tell Kerry. So then Kerry said, let's tidy your workshop up tonight because you're back to work tomorrow for the first time since slumber. So we started tidying the workshop up, and I was like, well, what time's tea? Because I want to go live at 8 o'clock. So now she thinks that I've only just decided to go live just to get out of work, cleaning my workshop up, but that's not the case. And I promise you that is not the case. I want to make this a regular thing, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Just have a bit of a chinwag and a chat, and hope it don't get repetitive, and like interact with the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel a bit more, because I do miss, you know, I really enjoy when I go out to all these festivals and people who watch me on YouTube and what have you come and chat to me. I really enjoy that, but it's like once or twice a year. So I think this is a good way, and I realised that last week when we went live to announce the total, that this is a good way. I need to know basis, need to know involve. It's a need to know basis, no need to involve Keza. What, just have another full soft and not tell her? Just come snip into the pub. But yeah, so I do want to make this like a little regular thing. We can have van updates on the build. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because as I said, I'm hoping tomorrow we're going to get the first fixing done, first fix electrics done, and then maybe a few other bits. So by the time next Thursday comes along, we'll probably have a fair bit to tell you what's going on in this van. And then after that, we're going to have. I've got the trailer to finish. I need to get that trailer finished. That's been. I mean, if anybody who's new to the channel looks back, we have actually got a build series for the trailer, and that just came to a grinding halt because things get in the way. So the trailer needs finishing. So that's going to be another thing that we need to get done. We've got a Polo to get done, so we've got loads to be getting on with. So I'll have loads of stuff to ramble on and talk to you about. And I wish I knew how to do this properly. I keep trying. So this is all really new to me, this live stuff. Saved as a recent playlist in events? No. Hang on. I've gone off my comments again. Live chat has moved. Live chat. If you need a hand without me and Lucas can help, although he might be making cuppers. Well, yeah, that's kind of what he's best at, to be fair. But he's alright at it. No, he's pretty good at making cuppers. But yeah, we do. I've got to get this van done because I really need to get some money back in the bank. We've been living since Soth. I've been living on about 20 quid. I've not spent any money since Soth, and I've had to be really stringent because obviously we had loads of time off before, and it's left us with not a great deal of money. But it don't really matter to us because that's what we've survived on shrapnel out of a Nuki Brown money box before. You know, it's not really an issue for us. But we could do with getting some money back in the bank ideally. So we do really need to get this van done, sorted, sold and gone, so we can start moving on, because I do want to rip Apollo out, but then I've got I think on the 8th of, no, I best not say anything because I've not actually spoke to him yet, but I've got somewhere to go in the van, and then I've got this walk up the 3 peaks, so that's another when I need the van. That's going to be the beginning of October. So then after that, I want to start ripping the van out then. So I want this van done, dusted, fully converted and sold by then. And then we can jump onto Apollo and get him ripped out. I would like, while I've got him ripped out, to be getting converted over to lithium, because training and gives you an extra pair of hands. Kerry's banging on about having air straighteners in the van, so I could do with getting the Apollo converted over to lithium as well, but I just mentioned we've not got a great deal of cash. Is that Ask Craig about lithium? Three Peaks in October, laugh my ass off. I better stop eating pizza. Dude, be alright, we'll just roll you. Yeah, I will. I'll get in touch with him because I know he's a bit of a lithium king. But yeah, lithium is on the cards. But don't worry, comrade. If you can get yourself to the top of the hill, and then we'll just roll you back down. Don't stop eating pizza. Sound. But yeah, that's what we're thinking about, mate. October, beginning of October. But you'll be fine. I don't. It's not even that. It's not like it's the proper 3 peaks. I think there's a little bit of climbing involved. I might have massively underestimated this, but I know my eldest did it with my brother-in-law and his son, with very little training. So, and they managed it in one day, and they did it on the shortest day of the year as well. They did it on the shortest day of the year. So it was December, cold, miserable, and they managed it. So we'll have a bit more time on our side because we'll have some more. I walk for work, so you should be good. 12 miles today. See, you probably I can walk 12 miles. You're probably going to be better than me. It's going to be you pushing me down. I can't. I don't do much walking at all, if I'm honest. It's I walk from here to the beer fridge. What about Total Warrior? It's a good laugh and a good fundraiser. I'll do anything. I'm up for anything. I'm going to go see if there is a beer in the fridge, you know. I'll take you with me, like. Good shoes. Blisters are apparently a nightmare. I've got good shoes. I've got good boots. I've got a really good pair of walking boots. Do you know what I've been sitting on? That stool. I've been crouching on that stool. We can go upstairs. See if we can. It's going to be a bit dark up here because we've turned all the lights off. But I will turn a light on when I get somewhere where I can turn the light on. But oh my lord, it's proper dark, isn't it? Putting you all in the darkness. Hang on. I don't think we've got any beer in the beer fridge. Oh. Oh my. There we go. That should come into focus again now. Like my roof. There was a big wall there and I've ripped it out, and then Kerry's not happy because I've not done anything with it yet. I'm really good at starting jobs and not finishing them. Oh no. Oh no. bright light. We've actually got LEDs. Kerry's bought all LEDs for in here because you can't really see them because of the bright lights. But we've got strip lights, and I don't know if you can hear them. They're buzzing quietly today. They do get really loud, so I've actually got LEDs to replace all them. So in the beer fridge, I've got some sort of random football beer that's been left by somebody. I think it was Sean actually at a soft meeting. He brought them round and said they're grim, you can have them. Or I've got to go full girly and drink a VK. So, or eat the spirits. So I think I'm going to start, I'm going to have the football beer because it's slightly more manly, do a bit more for my street cred. Oh. And then I might have to go VK on you because we've got no beer. Oh, we've got dogs coming. I might just sit up here, you know. Be comfy, won't it? Let's see if we can get comfy purchased in here. We all know the VK is yours. Yeah, but I don't drink it in front of people. Yeah, I don't drink it. Lucas, find a decent van, please. Help Lucas find a decent van. Like everything in life, it's... Oh God, that's squeaky. We don't want that, do we? It's money. It's just... There's no such thing as a decent van now. You need like a bank loan to have a decent van these days, because even just a complete and up to shit box is stupid money. I've been trying to find one for my dad. My dad's after a day van, and I've been trying to find one for him, and you're looking stupid money to find anything half decent. The one that I've got outside, we landed on that. And we've paid way under the odds for that because they needed to get back to New Zealand for this family emergency. So we got that at a bargain price, but looking around, something like that's like 4,000 quid plus sometimes, you know, and that's what 2013, 120,000 miles on the clock. And we got it cheaper than that, but only because we just landed on the right place at the right time. But I think to find a decent van, you need to save a chunk of money that you're willing to spend on a van, and then sit on it until you can buy a bus. I have a Minter coming up. I'm considering an extension, $2,000 with a year's test and new tyres. I know T4 might be for sale, has a few flowers on it. As long as it rains, only 35,000 miles, so right stupid money with loads of miles on them. Hang on, I need to go get my phone. I've left my phone downstairs and these comments are going past too quickly. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, 3 peaks are going to be fun. Shall we play I Spy? I'm having a beer while Lee's gone. I Spy. Hello, anyone there? I've got my phone now so I can keep up with messages. Play I Spy. You're just a child, aren't you? Knock knock. Who's there? Oh, evening, Chris. How have you got a signal where you are? Mandy, this is the most long and drawn out knock knock joke. I am who? I think it's clear that not jokes don't work on YouTube lives. I am who? Doctor Who? I am a child. Yeah. 4G not very good, trying to watch Emmerdale though. Oh, that's charming, that. A load of coffin dodgers in a pub is more entertaining than me. Can anybody hear that light buzzing? I'm hoping you lot can't hear it because then it's only me. What's purple and have loads of flowers on it? Well, there can only be one answer to that. A knackered old VW. Oh, them lights are doing me head in. You can hear it. They're so annoying. I can't. So hopefully by next week, I might even do it tomorrow. I'll get the LEDs put up. I've just realised you were live, so I switched Emmerdale off and came for a nosy, mate. Good man, good man. This my bar's got Woolpack's got nothing on my bar. It's my bar. Look, built this all myself. That buzzing's getting louder. It's a bit. I didn't actually build it for this house. I built it for another house. They had a purpose at the other house, and they don't really have a purpose here. But got my glasses, none of which is stolen. That table there is where we planned all of Soth. Why, are you actually coming to play poker tomorrow night, Lucas? Yeah, I'll go back downstairs because that's doing me head in. I'll just take some beers with me. That whenever we sit in here, we have to drink that. I'll go back downstairs. I'll be uncomfortable downstairs, so you don't have to listen to that buzzing, and so I don't have to listen to the buzzing. But I'm going to take a girly VK with me as well. Are you ready to go back through the darkness? I'm going to have to turn the lights off. Ooh. Yeah, it's poker night, last Friday of every month. Poker night at Bar Loki. Back in the workshop with the silent lights. Boogeyman's behind you. I'm not scared of the Boogeyman. Boogeyman's scared of me. I'll just perch on this little thing again so I can chat to you all. You don't have to listen to that buzzing. I can't believe we've nearly smashed another hour in. This is like, and I've actually still got people watching me after an hour. That's crazy. Either I'm entertaining or you lot are hoping for a grand finale. Come on, I'm running out of topics now. How many vans came to Soth? I believe, including, so obviously we can't do vans because we sold pictures, but pictures including traders and musicians and helpers and all the rest of it was 600. So yeah, 600 vans. Just love a good natter. And no else on TV because you haven't got a TV licence. You only need a TV licence for BBC, and who watches BBC anyway? Let's Quest. What's Quest? Yeah, 600. So that's total. There was 400 and something in the camping field, then 200 in the show / entertainment field. Hi Ellie. You need it. Well, to be fair, we don't have a TV license. Nobody who's got a TV license. If anyone's paying a TV license this day and age, I think you really need to ask yourself some serious questions, because I think it's criminal that people even get charged a TV license. But we rang TV license in and said, oh, we've got his Netflix, which is true. We've got Netflix and that's it. We don't have Sky. We don't even have a TV. In fact, so what we're now in August. Mugs, exactly, mugs. We moved into this house in February, and when the Grand National was on, which was maybe a month or a couple of months ago, our friend came round and asked if he could watch the Grand National in our front room, and I physically couldn't get the TV working. The TV in our front room has never been watched since February when we moved in here. We work until after o'clock, and then we go to bed and watch Netflix. So I'm not paying a TV license because I don't need to. I don't fund paedophile hunt protectors. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I just said, Chris. But I said it into my bottle, so I don't get told off by YouTube. But yeah, let's face it. The only thing that the BBC have produced over the last 20 years is grown men that like. Oh, for God's sake! Now I've left my e-cig upstairs. Yeah, why? I think a lot of the van life community and people in this, with this mindset, are fully aware of what the BBC are and why they shouldn't get our money. How come every other channel can just put adverts on, but the BBC want us to? Yeah, I think we're not quite as good at 15 years, because it took me a long time to convince Kerry that it was okay to not have a TV licence. But I'd say we hadn't had one for about 5 years. So I actually think the boogeyman's here now. I've just heard something drop from somewhere. It is quite spooky in here. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I've left my e-cig upstairs now, so I'll have to run off again. Yeah, I definitely have. I'm back in a minute. What have I missed? Right, I spy. Go on then. Who's going first? I can't. 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room. I can't play I Spy. So basically, you lot are going to I Spy something, and I've got to guess it, because I'm the only person that can see me. And Spanner. Well, you're just answering your own questions. Oh yeah, I suppose, so you guys can chat amongst yourselves, I suppose. I'll just sit here and read the comments. Who's it then? Mandy, you suggested it first. You're it. Well, come on then. Play I Spy. I can join in. I can see what you can see. Is that we're all gone quiet now? I've actually suggested I Spy. No pressure, Mandy. I'm not scared. There is actually supposed to have at least 2 ghosts in this house. Apparently there's a little boy What do these emojis do? Like, I don't know. Nothing, I don't think. I tell you what, don't do anything. Oh, something beginning with L. Lee. Can I talk you through the tools that I've got on the wall? Well, they're pretty self-explanatory. They're spanners. That's an adjustable hammer. Standard hammer, nail puller, more spanners, impact drill, hammer drill, nail gun, circular saw, jigsaw, electric caulking gun, life-changing piece of equipment, router. I've actually lost my impact driver since soft. It must be in a van somewhere. And there's something else missing from there as well, I'm not sure. Oh, my torch. That's my impact driver and that's my torch. They're both missing since soft, but they'll be somewhere. Heat gun, grinder, battery charger. Got loads of tools. Ghost stories. Men and their tools. There's God tools, love tools. Don't even get me started on my big tools. My power electric caulking gun. It's the future, mate. Look at this. Who doesn't need that in a life? It's got 6 speeds. So that'll lock in a minute. That's going down, look. Obviously this is part used, so it needs to get all the way down there, but that is, it's probably my favourite tool that I've got. There's obviously not a lot left in this because it's got to go all the way down there before it'll actually engage and work. But then once it's down, it just pushes and pushes and pushes, and you get a perfect bead because it never stops. You're not going like that. You just keep your finger on the trigger and you just get a perfect bead all the time. And when you're doing windows in camper vans, it's awesome because that window stuff is it's so thick. Like my hands are ruined by the time I've done a window. So with this, it just fires it out. It's awesome. Easy, one of like my best purchases, that. Catch up on some comments while I was doing a bit of tool porn there. Uzi 9mm. Oh, if you're going through 10 tubes a day, then you definitely need to get one of them. It's life changing. As I say, especially with the window adhesive, because that stuff, anyone who's fitted a window in a van will know that stuff is crippling on your hands. So it makes life so much easier, you know, for getting that stuff squeezed out. Especially big windows. I remember like when me and Whiskers did my Iveco daily, his Iveco window, sorry, massive great window. I was taking it in turns. We were for about an hour trying to squeeze all this this window sealant out. I wish I'd have had that then. Now we just window in, bosh, done. So much easier. Best tool on the shelf. I know everyone ridicules Ryobi, but I just think there is another tool manufacturer out there who you can get a drill, you can get a driver, you can get an electric caulking gun, and you can get a seed sower for the lawn. They all run off the same battery. You know, you get everything from Ryobi. You can buy tools that you didn't even know you needed. That would be God, we're not seeing through it. We can see through it window. Why is that not straight in the forefront of my brain? Oh, Keith Lemon. Oh, what is the programme? Celebrity Juice. Idiot. Well, I've done over an hour. I wish I knew, like, does anybody here do YouTube lives? Because I know after I've, well done, Bale. I tell you what, since Soth, we've had like 200 new subscribers on the channel, which is massive for us. Like, really massive. One minute. Need to reply to a message. Have you given yourself a deadline to get the new venue? Well, no. I mean, I think if we can't find a new venue sharp, like if I can't tie this venue down, no, we're not doing it at the same place. I did have a meeting, an impromptu meeting today for a new venue, but he was very on the fence, so if I can't flutter my eyelashes at him and get him in, we're going to have to put a post out and see if we can't find somewhere. But obviously we're going to have stipulations. We need an absolute bare minimum of 15 acres plus a yard, so 16-ish acres as a minimum. This place I've just been to look at has 20 acres, so it'd be perfect. It needs to be along the Humber bank somewhere, ideally, otherwise Slumber on the Humber is a stupid name for it. And that's it, that's all I really want. A grass field, 20 acres on the Humber estuary. That's all I'm asking for. And the place where I went to look today was, I'd love to be able to get it because it's so perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. I've got people messaging me. D-Day celebration victory next year. Would you consider hiring your large marquee to Goxall Parish Council? Let's get these messages back, comments back up, because I've missed all them. You definitely need to get a camper for next year, Lindsay, because you guys missed an absolute epic event. Glad it's still going to be on the Humber. Yeah, it's got to be on the Humber. So these are the only stipulations I've got. We need 15 to 20 acres and be on the Humber estuary, or at least within a very short walk of the Humber estuary. It's got to be accessible. And so the place where I've been to look at today is it's better than the last one. You'll actually be able to walk across the Humber Bridge. That's if we can get this venue, you'll actually be able to walk across the Humber Bridge. That's how close we're going to be to the Humber Bridge. So I really want this venue, but as I said, the guy, not the landowner, it's the person that's renting the land that we've got to sweet talk, because obviously he's got a contract to rent the land and we want to rent it. So, and he's got things going on in there. So it's kind of like a farmer, and he's got cattle and stuff. So yeah. But hey ho. Right guys, I need an early night, got work in the morning, see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's poker night, isn't it? I keep thinking, why are you coming tomorrow? People who just logged on to watch no one. I'm here, I ain't gone anywhere. Still drinking me crap football with you. I can't believe we're still. I've got Mandy texting me secret messages now. The answer to your question, Mandy, is yes. I can't believe we've still got people, like, we've still got 20 people watching, and we've just been waffling crap for 71 minutes and 37 seconds. Crazy. But yeah, so if anybody in the Lincolnshire area knows of a picturesque piece of 20-acre grass right next to the Humber estuary, that would be wonderful. Paul has been round today and said to me, just have it at my house again, but I don't want to cause issues. You know, Paul's my friend. Yeah, Mandy. But obviously he's got cows in there, and he's worrying about where to put the cows. That's the problem. And he's worrying about if we ruin his grass, what are his cows going to eat once they get put back in there. Obviously I've tried to explain to him, but that we wouldn't purposely ruin the grass, and the community would make sure it was absolutely pristine, but obviously he's also worried about dragging loads of vans over a wet field should the weather turn bad and lose all the grass for the cows. But I've got some plans, I've got some backup plans. I am going to go see him again because I've got a couple of contingencies for him, and possibilities that we could do. I've had a little think. I've had my thinking cap on, and we've thought of a couple of contingency plans that we could put into place. And I'm going to go see him again once he's had time to just chew it over in his head, and see what we can go from there. But as I say, it's perfect. It's 20 acres, it's on the Humber estuary, and you can walk from the site pretty much straight onto the Humber Bridge. Absolutely perfect. Only throwing it out there, does it have to be on the south bank if the worst comes to worst? No, if the worst comes to worst, we could go on the north bank. If we needed to, we can go to the wrong side of the bridge. Did you show me the videos and photos of how we left and how happy the cows were when they went back on? No, to be fair, I wasn't really getting it. I was getting quite a frosty. We kind of blindsided him, if I'm honest. I only went there today to see someone else, and he said, "Oh, he's here. Let's just go talk to him." So it wasn't a booked meeting, it wasn't anything. So we did blindside him a little bit, and I didn't want to push my luck. So I just kind of I planted the seed and said, "Look, we'll pop back and see you when it suits you, and have a proper chat with you." So that's when I'm gonna do it on Sperm Point. I don't think Sperm Point's big enough for us, is it? I've parked up there. And that's even windier for I know the traders really struggled with the wind down at Paul's farm. Sperm Point's like Hurricane City, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If all else fails, we'll just take over Cleethorpes Beach. Sod it. Yeah, it is at Sperm Point. It's mega windy. We had to move, to be fair. We parked up there to camp there for the night, and we had to move because the van was rocking. It was awful, and it wasn't in a good way. The van was rocking, and it was the wind. Anywho, I think at 9:15 in the evening, oh, Ali's ringing me. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Mum said ask you if Alex and Max can sleep, as long as you don't mess around, but ask your dad.
Well, as long as your mum's happy with that and as long as you don't mess around, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, see you soon.
She said bye.
Bye. Just taking conference calls. Kids wanting to take part in the youth club. Right, I am going to disappear, I think, because we're dropping in... Oh, we're back up to 18 again now. I feel like if there's people in, I can't leave. Cleethorpes, lol. I want my wheels on when I wake up. No, they ain't got the brain cells to take wheels off in Cleethorpes. Gonna have insulted everyone from Cleethorpes now. But yeah, it is nearly 20 past 9. I think it's been fun, guys. Have a great week. Yeah, I think we should call it a day. It's been emotional. Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember, next Thursday, 8 PM. Hopefully, we'll have some bits and bobs sorted on the van so we can get you all, give you some updates on what's going on there. And we will have also had a soft meeting, the first official soft meeting. So we will have updates on soft, hopefully. So we shall see you next Thursday. Give us a couple of days live and you'll get more in. Yeah, so it'll be Thursday, every Thursday, 8 PM. Every Thursday at 8 PM, we're going to go live. Let's make it a date. Thursday evening, 8 PM, go live. Sam will have a meeting, a soft meeting on Wednesday, so I should have some updates for you on that. And that is my tea coming up with that beer. And we're also the van that we're working on. I'll be able to maybe give you a little thing, spin around that and show you what I've been working on in that van also. So if we don't see you before then, remember Tuesday nights at 8 PM, the actual soft video will be going live, and that's also when we post our videos every week at Tuesday at 8 PM, and also live Thursday night 8 PM. So from me, see you next Tuesday.